Hey guys, welcome back. Feels like I haven't been here in a long time, and it's probably because I haven't. Hope you all had a great Memorial weekend, although it was almost a week ago. I finally had time to sit down and make something, so I wanted to make a flower. I wanted to make something bright. So what I did was I used a 2-inch cutter, I believe this is. How about 2 1/4? And I made 2 squares of blue twice, so I made a total of 4 turquoise blue. I used 2 of them for white, and I made 2 of them in orange and 2 of them in a yellow. I have some cad red that's going to be in the middle. And if you hear a little bit of music on the side, I'm sorry, I'm on hold with the company, and it's a 1-hour wait, and I don't want to get back in line, so I just left it running in the background. So hopefully if they pick up, I can pause real quick and take care of it. But I have a feeling I'll be done with this video before they answer the phone. So I'm going to go ahead and run a Skinner blend on these, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here are both my blends that I'm using. And on this one, I'm making a fan fold, and the same with that. So we're just going to do our regular, like the striated, whatever you want to call it, flower that we normally do. So we're going to stretch this and put it back in the machine. Okay, and this is going to be the center. So this one we're going to run through the machine this way. Today's going to have to be a clean my machine day. Kind of got a little bit of black here on the bottom. Okay, so we're going to do the same on this one. It was an hour wait, then it went to 45 minutes, and now it just jumped back to an hour. And I don't like leaving my phone on hold like that for so long. So I'm not really happy about that. Okay, so on this one, we're going to turn this into a teardrop. This is going to be the center of our flower. So we're going to try and make it round for now. Okay, and I'm trying to think, I think I want the dark on, let's see, the blue's going to be around it. I'm going to put the orange on the bottom, so the orange is going to be thinner. So I'm just going to shape this into a triangle. Okay, and I want to put the red inside, but I think I'm going to do this first because whenever you run red through your pasta machine, you will get some of that transferring onto it. So I'd rather not do that. Okay, so now I need to reduce this, and I'm going to run this back through the machine so that I've got a bunch of strips of the blue, white, and blue. So when I reduce it, I don't want to reduce it where I can only see one color on top. I want to turn it on the side. And the reason I want to turn it on the side is if I do it from top to bottom, it's going to squish all that white out of there, and I don't want to do that. I want the stripes. So you just put it on the side, and the best way to do it and to remember is you want all the colors showing, not just one. So if you do it on the top and it's one color, no. You want all of your colors showing on this. You can use your roller. Just go gently so it stays basically in the same shape you started with. Okay, and then I'm just going to pull this. And it is really warm outside today, so my clay is a little sticky. So I'm basically going to shape this and thin it out until I can get it safely into the pasta machine. Not really worried about the ends. I could use them or I could just leave those out. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and throw that in the pasta machine on the thickest setting. You'll be amazed at how long this is, just at the thickest setting. Okay, it's pretty long. Okay. So we're going to cut off just that end right there. And we're going to cut these in 2-inch strips. Try and get them even. 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6, 7, 8. There's 10. 11. 13. There's 14. We can use this if we need it. Okay, so in order to make it look like striations in the flower, we're going to put this one down. I'm going to take this and put it back up and back down, and you're just going to rotate it back and forth like that. Oops, I'm going to leave that one for the end. Since we always seem to ruin the ends, I'll put the bad ones on the end on each side, because I'm going to lose those anyways. So we're going to do the same with that. Okay, so now you have your flower petal and you've got all your striations in there. Okay, so now we're going to form this into a nice petal. So now I could do this 2 ways. I can open it up to make room for this, or if you want, before you get too far into this, which I think I may have, but you could also separate this. And what I mean by that is just put 7 in one pile, 7 in another pile, and then form it around the center petal. It works either way. I usually just do it the way I do it and then open it up at the end. Okay, so we're going to do that, and we're just going to leave that alone. Now we can probably put the red in. And the red, I'm just going to make a strip about, I'm going to say about a number 5 on your machine. I'm waiting for the company to tell me it's going to be a long wait. You won't lose your place in line, and we'll call you back. They normally do that, but they're not doing that today. Trying to help my daughter with a Cricut maker, and yeah, it's been really tough getting a hold of them. Okay, so what I'm doing is making a little log. So I'm going to make some little, I don't know what you want to call them, like little leaf-like things in the center of the flower. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this in half. We're going to go to 3 inches here. So just a little longer. trying to turn the phone down so you don't have to hear it. Looks like that's as low as I can turn it down. Okay, so there's my cane right there. Oh well, you got some nice music to listen to, right? It's kind of boring, but we're gonna go high on this. Okay, I want to put one really high. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a strip of this red inside it. You know what? I'm just going to hang up because I don't want to listen to that music for an hour. I'll call them later. And that way it's quiet for you. Unless you like the music. I hate being on hold. Okay, so we just put a strip of red, and that was at a number 5 on the pasta machine. And then we're going to put the other strip in there. So we're going to make it kind of smooth. Okay. And I'm going to put that right in there. Okay. And now we're going to get this back to a 3-inch. And I think I'm just going to do one more little petal in the middle. And of course you can use any colors you want. I just seem to gravitate towards like southwestern colors, even with my beads. It's funny, you don't realize what color you like the most. I don't consider myself a blue fan, but when I opened up just my regular beads and saw how much blue I had, I guess I like blue more than I thought. Okay. So we're going to do that again, and we're just going to do one, and I'm going to do that right here, somewhere about right there in the middle. So we're going to do that same thing. You're just going to build your hole. I'm going to cut it just a little off there. Now I'm a little off on the other side, I think. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to put that sheet from your little log and all the way down to the bottom. Okay, so that's done with that. I may wrap this in red just to make it a little darker. I don't know yet. Okay, so now you have that. Okay, so now I'll turn this into a petal. I mean, you can literally go as much as you want, but I think 3 is all I want. Okay, now I want to round the top. So by rounding the top, you're just pushing on the pointed edges, and that will kind of point, or it'll push the center up a little bit. Okay. Okay, so this is going to fit in here. So we have just a little bit of reducing to do. So we're about, I'm going to go at least 4 inches. I think that'll be a nice size. So just keep playing with the top and rounding it up. We're almost there. So let me just cut off a piece, and we're just going to see. So this is what, 1.5? This is almost 2 inches. So let's get rid of some of the icky part on it. So we'll go about right there for now. Okay, so that's going to go right inside there. Now, in order for it to really stand out, I'm going to put some red around this. But I think I'm going to use pomegranate. We're going to do a darker red. So this one, we're just going to do probably about a number 5. I think that's all we're going to need. Just a little bit anyways. We're just going to do that. I always like to highlight everything with a darker color because I think it stands out a whole lot more. Okay, so I'm going to put that actually away so I don't have too much of a mess. Oh, I really love these two colors, or these colors together. About as much as I like working with blue. Okay, so now we're on this. Okay, so we're going to find kind of the center here. I'm thinking it's right there. Okay, so now I'm just going to mark the center, which is about right there. Yeah, soft clay does not help. And right there. Okay. Going to fit right in there like that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the blue and we're just going to hollow out the center a little bit. Give that a little head start, and then I'm just going to pull on the sides. Okay, so that it kind of like fits right over the top there. That went a little too high. Okay, and we're going to do the same with this one. And this just kind of helps me start it out. And again, we're just going to stretch it out. So I kind of want a little more blue in there. I don't want that to be so high. So I'm going to try and stretch it kind of in, but up, if that makes sense. Okay. Okay, and on this, I'm going to put that little strip that I always put on my colors, just so I can make sure that when I'm reducing them, that I'm keeping this bottom at the bottom. Okay, and that way I know I'm center on both sides. Alright, so we're going to roll this. And then I'm going to hit pause while I reduce this. I'm going to keep it at a circle until we get to the length we want. I usually like 6 petals. We'll see how big that is. And if it's a little too big, then I'll go to 8 or something. But anyways, I'll be right back. I'm back for a second. Because I forgot to mention this. But as you can see, you got the turquoise on the right with the striations. So now, if I put my flower together like this, you're going to get this blue and white on each petal, that it's all going to kind of combine together, that you're not going to know where one petal starts and one petal ends. So I suggest, and I'm going to do that now, I use turquoise, so I'm going to use a little bit of ultramarine blue, or just a really dark blue, even navy, just to make this turquoise a little darker, and I'm going to wrap the whole thing in a darker blue. That way it's going to give you a little bit of a border, and it's going to make each petal look separate. So I forgot to mention that, but I'm back, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to wrap it with a darker blue and then reduce again. So I'll be back in a bit. Alrighty guys, so we are back, and don't do what I did, and after telling you to wrap it with a darker color, I didn't until after I already made the petal. So I didn't want you to have to watch me do that, and so I paused all the way through it. So now basically that we have our petals, now we're just going to make them into a nice teardrop shape. And then I got to figure out what I want to do for the center. I'm probably going to do the same. I'll probably do a bullseye with maybe a red center, a dark red center, and then orange and yellow. Not a Skinner blend. We're just gonna make a bullseye here. He's a little bit bigger on the petal, so we're gonna bring this down a little bit. And I got a nice little air bubble in there. Yes, I called Cricket again. I figured if the longer I wait, it's gonna end up being a 2 or 3 hour wait. So I kind of hid my phone for now, so I don't have to listen to it. So it's either really good that they're busy or really bad that everybody has to call them. That's never a good sign. But we got my daughter got a Cricut maker for Christmas last year. And I told her I was going to get one. I just didn't know when. And like I have time to use one. But I ended up getting one. And apparently there should be 2 blades in there. But I only got 1. So that's all I am calling them for. That's a long wait. But I just got the package in today, so I want to get it right now so they don't think, well, you've been holding on to it for a month. You know, why didn't you call us back then? If anybody knows how to use the machine, I would love some advice because I have no idea how to even use it. Alright, so that's our flower. So let's go ahead and I don't know if I want a bright center. We're just gonna we'll do a red log. This isn't reduced or conditioned at all, so hopefully this will be enough, because we don't need that much to go in there. So we're just going to make a small log like that of pomegranate, and then I'm going to grab some orange. I mean, a Skinner blend would look really good, but I want this to be bright. I don't want to blend it at all. So I'm running some orange through at I think I'm going to do a number 1 or a number 2. I think number 2 will be fine. And then I think with the yellow, we'll just end it at the yellow. And on the yellow, we're also going to do that at a number 2. Okay, so we shouldn't have to go too much. It's probably an 8mm hole in there. So better to start big than to start small, because you can always make it smaller, you just can't make it bigger. It's still 1 hour, guys. It didn't change to 40 minutes or 50. What could people possibly be on the phone with Cricut for? If any of you own one, tell me, why is their phone number always so busy? I don't understand. Okay, see, just by doing this, we are going to need to make that yeah, we're going to go just a tiny bit smaller. So you want them to fit in there tight, but not too tight, because I'm still going to pack it with a little bit of translucent. So this will hopefully do it. So this is where I'm going to come in and just really make sure that my petals are perfect, so I'm not upset at the very end. And it's hard to tell what the inside's going to look like, because obviously your ends always look horrible. So just shape it the best that you can. And the biggest thing is, don't worry about them. They usually come out alright. This one I can always tell that it's a little bigger than all the other ones. So we're going to put a big one right next to the smaller one. See, that's my biggest thing. I want these to look round. Not quite so square on top. Okay, it still looks like it's a little too big. Alright, let me reduce this just a little bit more. I don't want to make you watch me do that again, so I'll be right back. Okay, so we finally got it to fit. So that's what our flower looks like so far. Don't worry about the ends. Obviously, they're going to clean up. And this is little strips that I made with the translucent. I know that these are going to be a little bigger than I wanted. So now we're just going to push these down, and yes, I will probably pause this one more time or two more times. I think if you've seen my other videos, you know where I'm going with this. So basically, you're just going to put that translucent in between each petal. So I'm going to need 6 of these. Okay, and then that'll all squish together when we're done. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pack all of this with a triangle slice of the translucent white, and then I'm going to wrap a whole translucent around the whole thing at a number 1, and then we'll reduce it. So we'll be back to show you our final pull. Okay, so I just wanted to show you really quick before I go and reduce this what it looks like when it's all wrapped up. So I filled up all the petals, and I added a thick piece of translucent white on the outside at a number 0. So now we're going to reduce. So we'll be back one more time. Alrighty guys, so we are back for the final reveal. So it's a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be. Got a little bit of waste here, so we're just going to cut that off. And like normal, I won't look at it until I have it cut. And there we go. So we have our final flower. Like the colors. I think it'll look good on blue or any other color. But anyways, there is our funky color and funky flower. So I hope you like that. I do want to try to make some more advanced flowers. I want to have a little bit more time, I will. But for now, I just enjoy making flowers of all different colors and shapes. If you have any ideas for me, let me know in the comments. So I hope you'll click the like button on the video. And we will talk to you hopefully on Sunday. Take care, guys. Bye. Oh, wait. Before I leave, let me show you something. I don't know why I'm so excited about this, but I had somebody ask me if I could make a certain cutter. But she wanted it really, really small. And I'm still working on it. I have not been able to get it that small yet. But I wanted to show you a couple things that I did make. Yeah, I know. Shameless plug over here, but I get just as much excitement as designing the darn things, and you guys probably do using them. But I want to make a whole line of these, you know, happy, sad, or whatever. But I'm not even going to tell you what they are, because you can't really tell. So we're going to put this here. Put that there. And I did have one other cutter that I didn't think was going to work, and it did. I don't know if anybody would buy it. Oh, and of course I can't find them. So we're just going to show you this. Ta-da! We got a few little happy faces. Aren't those cute? So now you just grab a little bit of either white or just plain old black clay and fill in the dots. Or put white on it and then put little black on top of that to make little eyeballs. So I was really excited about those. They turned out really good. The other one that I wanted to show you, I don't think I have in here, but we've got a few different cutters up. We've got a couple more multicolors up. These are just the leaves. We have it's a Christian, it's the sign of the fish. I have one of those cutters up. And the other one was a jester, and I can't find it. So I'm going to look real quick. So I'm going to pause it one more time. If I can't find it, then I'll have to show it to you later. I'll be right back. And of course, the other cutter was sitting right in front of my face. Yeah, I don't know if these will sell. I don't know if people are into characters or anything like that. It's really hard to figure out what people like. I'm going to pull this off while I'm doing it, which is probably stupid because it might get stuck in the cutter. So we got a little bit more work to do on that. There's these little areas right here where they get stuck, and I didn't use water. So you'll get these little balls right on the end. So that's one that we're working on. Whether I keep working on it, I don't know. But it was fun making. So that's it. You guys have a great afternoon, the rest of your week, and your weekend, and we'll see you on Sunday. Bye again.